Welcome to Mortgage Solutions TV in association with Skipton Building Society, where we'll be discussing the mortgage market in 2022 and beyond. Today I'm joined by Charlotte Harrison, Head of Mortgage Products at Skipton Building Society, Paul Fenn, Director of Business Development at Skipton Building Society, and Claire Beardmore, Head of Broker and Propositions at Legal and General Mortgage Club. Thank you all for joining me. The need and use of technology has been highlighted over the last 18 months, but the market's sudden reliance on it also exposed some of its shortfalls. Claire, why does there seem to be disharmony between how brokers and lenders use technology?
I think the speed of change and the rate of adoption is different from one lender to another. So you could have one lender over here who is absolutely engaged with tech, driving it forward, innovating and doing the tech thing because they've got the budget and because they've got the appetite. And then potentially you've got another lender over here who either hasn't got that appetite, hasn't got the budget, or hasn't got either of those things. So I think because of that, there's some inconsistency. And I think the lenders that are investing and driving the market forward are almost the ones that the brokers need to have patience with, and understand that to deliver tech, it's not going to be perfect from day one. It's not going to be the all singing, all dancing version that they need. Let's face it, Rome wasn't built in a day. And good tech, I think it needs to be delivered, feedback passed in, tweaked, and version 2 delivered. Same again. And I think that's the place where we are. I think what the pandemic did was made brokers use tech because they had to. So properties were viewed online, mortgage interviews were carried out like this, applications were received, ID and V was checked, etc. But actually now, what tech really pushes us forward again? And I think brokers need to adopt and lenders need to develop the tech, but they need to develop tech that actually adds value. And adoption is growing. It's definitely getting there, but it's breaking habits. It's breaking brokers' habits, changing what they've always done, and getting them to trust and try and adopt and feedback.
Thank you for your answer. Charlotte, what might make brokers embrace technology more?
I was nodding along to everything Claire was saying then, so absolutely, completely and utterly in your camp. I think in terms of embracing tech more, I probably myself am a bit of a technophobe. So, I'm by no means perfect on that front. And I think where you benefit and where you experience and encourage more use is take a bit of time, invest that time in trying to understand what the systems might be, what's the solution offering, learn how to use it, and then you see the payback, you get the reward. I think, if I think about what we're doing at Skipton, we're investing quite heavily in terms of our solutions and digital capability. Some of that we're doing it for ourselves. So yeah, absolutely, we're wanting to make sure that our back end processes are slick and efficient, and that our colleagues aren't spending time on really onerous, boring, labour intensive activities. We want to process those quickly and get onto the more value add items. But we're also investing heavily for brokers. So if stuff's not working or if it's not value, then tell us. And that needs to be kind of absolutely a collaborative approach in making that better and improving that experience.
I was just going to say, thanks, guys. I was just going to say, and the collaboration is crucial for me. Yeah. So kind of to keep Claire honest on this, and we've spent a long, and the club, not just you, Claire, obviously. We've spent a lot of time developing in our kind of improved AVM process, our electronic ID and V, our electronic income verification, almost to the point, if it's the right kind of case and it's the right kind of customer, send no documents. That's kind of where we were working towards. But a lot of the feedback we got from brokers was we have to do it anyway because we're expected to as part of our oversight and governance process. So I think the collaboration is key, because if the clubs and the networks aren't progressing in terms of their oversight and their compliance expectations, then we're disjointed. There's a mismatch because we've invested a lot of time and effort making it easier, but they've got to do it anyway.
Yeah.
So that collaboration point is really important.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, and I think that's exactly the feedback that we've had, and it's always about the so what. So what if you can do it if I've got to do it over here anyway? So how do we work together to, even competitor firms working together to give broker choice and to make the end customer journey. That's what we're all in it for, isn't it? It's the end
Exactly.
customer. How many times do they produce ID and V? So if it could be once, amazing. But at the moment, it's not. It's more than that. And that's because we as an industry need to collaborate to make that process smooth. And just jumping back to one other point around tech is, I worked in transformation at Mortgage Club for about 18 months, and I went into it with absolutely no tech experience whatsoever. And I'm still shocked to this day why Kevin gave me the role. I barely knew what an API was. And I've learned that actually I didn't need to know what an API was. I needed to know what the perfect customer journey was and how you can use tech to enable that. So I think lots of people get really hung up, I did, on understanding the technology side of it. It's not, it's the transformation side of it. What can it add?
I agree. And if anything, not having that background in APIs and whatever else there is, goodness knows, I'd like to think as well that means you ask a bit more questions in terms of art of the possible. Why can't we?
Yeah,
Let's
I had no
build it, let's do it.
limitations. Yeah, I had no limitations to my thinking because I didn't know what the limitations out there were. So yeah, I think it was a good thing I had no knowledge, Charlotte, too. Definitely.
Expert now.
So thank you very much for joining me, and thank you again for your responses. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it insightful.